Hello everyone. So with the new patch and major order, there has also been a new mission type added to the Terminate front, and that is, of course, the Deactivate Termicide Towers mission, which right now, as of the patch release, is actually pretty broken in terms of farming for super samples, medals, XP, requisition slips. You can get those very fast, about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how quickly you find things and just the map layout. So dropping in, I like to land around the edges of the map where I kind of guess where the super samples might be. You just scout the map out when you're selecting the mission and just see where you think the super samples are. I got lucky this time, you could see them right over there. I've landed pretty close to them. So, I mean, if you don't land close to them, that's fine. They're usually around the outskirts of the map, so if you want to take a little bit more time, if the super samples are what you're farming for, just take an extra minute or so, run around the edge of the map, you'll find them pretty quickly. Don't worry about not completing the mission in time. There is plenty of time to get the mission done. So as you can see here, I run up to the super samples, grab them nice and quick. So one thing to note about this mission is that it doesn't always have super samples. I've run into a good amount of the times there have been super samples, but sometimes there's only the common samples. So if you are running the mission for super samples, I would be sure to just, check the samples, see, make sure that they are there, because if not, you don't want to run around the map wasting time if they aren't actually there. So for your loadout, I would recommend bringing light armor, jump pack, and stamina booster, as those will help you get the mission done quicker, give you more mobility, and just make it so it's much faster to get the farm done. You don't have to worry too much about having a support weapon or anything really offensive, as you're not going to be encountering too many enemies, and any enemies you do encounter, you can just run right by, jump over with the jump pack, or even use smoke stratagems to lose them, as the map is very tightly closed around the objective points, so you can very easily lose them around corners and whatnot. So after dropping in and getting my super samples, I'm just going to run right towards the center of the map and hit the objectives. Now, the objectives for this mission are extremely simple, and despite the difficulty right now being Helldive, difficulty 9, there is going to be little to no enemy resistance. Like, it is extremely easy. All you have to do is run in, deactivate the silo towers, and shoot any eggs you see along the way. Every time you deactivate the silo towers, you actually will spawn a bug breach, which isn't really that concerning, as you can literally just run away. So as you can see here, run up to this tower, press the button, and then make my way towards the next tower. And then, of course, as you're moving, you're going to want to shoot the eggs that you see, because you're going to want to destroy those, as that is the secondary objective for this mission that you have to complete. So I'm using the Scorcher, but anything that can destroy the eggs quickly, like a Breaker or Breaker Incendiary, also works as well. Now, you'll come across pretty much all of the eggs as you are going between the buttons that you have to hit, so you don't have to really worry about going too far out of your way to find them. You should have all of them by the time you complete the 3 battery silos, so long as you're, looking around. Now, you don't really need them, but I like to bring smoke screen stratagems here, as you can just drop them down as you're going, and it'll help break line of sight from bugs that are chasing you, and just make it that much easier to really go around and do the objectives uninterrupted. So again, this is a very easy mission to complete, and it only takes around 3 to 6 minutes, depending on how quickly you're able to find the super samples. You don't even need to really go for the super samples. If you just want to get XP or medals, you can do that too, and that cuts down the time even faster. You can definitely get under 3 minutes just landing in the center of the map and doing the objectives. So what makes this mission so fast is that you really don't have to hit any codes or wait out any timers. As you're shutting down each of the silos, you literally just run up, press the button, and then move on. So that's definitely going to be getting tweaked, I think, because that is extremely easy and makes the mission really feel trivial, even on difficulty 9. So just like the previous TCS mission, this one's only going to be around for the duration of this major order, which, as of recording, has about 5 days left on it. I'm not sure if they're going to be making any tweaks to this mission in the next few days or so, but it's very possible, as it does feel very easy right now. So if you want to do this farm, I definitely recommend doing it right about now, as it's definitely not going to be around for too long, but it could be much less depending on if they decide to tweak the mission or not. So after completing the mission, I like to just throw down an orbital laser to clear out anything that's behind me and make my way to the extraction point. Now, unlike other missions, this mission has an immediate extraction call-in. You don't have to manually call it in yourself, nor do you have to wait for 2 minutes or so to hold down the extraction point from any enemies that are coming in. So you can make your way straight to the extraction point and get out without any fuss at all. Now that is pretty much the entire farm. This mission is extremely broken for getting pretty much everything except for rare samples, unfortunately, and you can do it extremely fast too. This one only took about 4 minutes 34 seconds to complete, and we got all 6 super samples, around 500 requisition slips, 8 medals, and 1000 XP. So that's the video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more Helldivers content, and happy farming.